I'm trying to win $125,000 at the poker table by New Year's Eve 2026 to pay off my student loans, and we're starting in Sin City itself, Las Vegas, Nevada. If you're new here, I'm JQ. I just finished grad school with a whopping $121,507 worth of student debt, and despite my 3 degrees, no one seems to be hiring. So I decided to take matters into my own hands and pay off my debt through playing cards. If you want to watch the rest of the series, you can like, subscribe, and hit the bell notifications to stay up to date on any new videos. For past ones, the link will be up here. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright guys, welcome back to the vlog. That is Dookie Bets. I am JQ Poker. We're about to go have a lovely steak dinner over at Park MGM. And after that, I have $3,000 to bring with me to the Aria to exchange for chips. That's the thumbnail right there. Hopefully we can spin it up.
Good luck, Julian.
Good luck, me. We head over to the Aria filled to the brim with filet mignon and truffle mac and cheese. The Aria Poker Classic is going on. The place is absolutely packed. We can't get a seat at 2-5. We were able to sit at 1-3 for a couple of hours, but no real interesting hands of note. We met a few pretty cool people there, had some laughs, had some fun, had a break-even session before waking up the next morning, our last day in Vegas, and heading over to the Wynn to play. It's one of my favorite properties in Vegas. I once played an 18-hour poker session here, which I'll link in the cards below. We don't have that much time though. We do have a flight later. We catch up with our friend Noah, who's also in town, before hopping right into the 1-3 game. We're in for $500 and we pick up a pretty juicy spot right off the bat. The under the gun player is raised to 10, the cutoff is min 3-bet to 20, and we peel pocket kings on the button. $20 is not going to be enough for our hand. We're going to raise it on up here to 65. The cutoff is the only color, so we're heads up to see 9-3-3 with 2 spades. She checks on it over to me. In 4-bet pots, we're going to use a lot of small sizes, but if I could have this hand back, I would probably bet a little bit larger here on the flop, as we didn't get that much money in pre-flop with the small raise sizes. It's been a long Vegas trip. I'm sort of on autopilot as I bet out for $30. She puts in the call and we see a rainbow jack hit the turn. Our hand is definitely still strong enough to bet for value, so when she checks it on over to me again, I throw out a bet of $65, to which she's just gonna fold. So picking up $100 early, and we continue to chip up in hands like these, where we pick up some good starting hands, put in some more money either over limpers or over a raise, and just take it down pre-flop. Next up, we have ace-queen offsuit, and we're double barrel bluffing on this board and getting it through. Nothing super exciting, but we're just redlining our way into a profit of about $250. Pretty smooth sailing for the first hour, until we pick up 9-8 of diamonds and the cutoff. I've raised to $10, and the button has 3-bet to 30. I think you should probably just be folding here, but if I did that, then we wouldn't have a hand for the vlog. The button is an aggressive European player, so he might be getting in there a little bit wider than normal. Still, this is a pretty loose call from us, but I stick in the money and we see a flop of 10-6-3 rainbow. We have the backdoor flush draw and the gut shot working, so when we check it on over to him and he bets $20, the price is just too good to draw to a 7. I put in the call. The turn is not a 7, but it is the 3 of diamonds. It pairs the bottom card, but it gives us a flush draw. We check it on over to him and he sizes up, this time betting $85 into 100. It's a pretty big bet, but we have the inside straight draw, we have the flush draw working for us now. We can't go anywhere just yet. I stick in the call, $270 in the middle, and we see the 7 of diamonds hit the river. I probably would have preferred the 7 of clubs, but either way we get there and make a flush. I check it to the button for a 3rd time, and he sizes very large, this time betting out for $245. Now we have about $460 left behind. In retrospect, we could probably just flick in the call here. The button will have a bunch of better flushes like ace-king, ace-queen, ace-jack. But on the other hand, if we do shove it in for $460, he'll be getting a great price with all his overpairs with a diamond. So that's what I decided to do in game. I shove it all in for $460 and we get turbo snap called by the button, who shows us pocket 10s. He flop top set, turned us dead, and unfortunately for us, we made a flush of the river in order to lose our stack. I probably could have still just called the river, especially when he bet so large, but I'm a greedy boy, what can I say? Playing a bit too loose pre cost us our stack. We could have found a way to lose a lot less money in this hand, But as it is, we're getting stacked and adding back on for another $500. That hand was a bit frustrating. Hopefully this Mongolian beef will help get me off tilt because the cards are still flying and we are playing some big pots in this next hand when we pick up ace queen offsuit in the cutoff. A new player wearing a Brazil soccer jersey has just joined the game and he's going to raise it up to $10. The low jack is going to call and I put in the squeeze up to $40. Our Brazilian friend is the only caller, and we're going to go heads up to see Jack 10-3 with 2 spades. We have the gut shot, we have the backdoor spades, so when he checks on it over to us, I'm going to size up for half pot here. I bet $45, and he pretty quickly puts in the call. The 5 of hearts brings in a double flush draw, and when he checks on it over to me again, I'm going to size up a lot of draws we can get value from that we're ahead of, and when we size up here, we're just going to be putting hands like pocket 9s and pocket 8s in the bin. So I bet out for $125, planning to move all in on any king, queen, or spade river. MP puts in the call and we see the brick 4 of diamonds roll off. He checks it on over to me. I just sigh and check it on back. He shows us that he had ace jack of clubs. Would have been a bit curious to see if the 4 of spades had rolled off and I'd moved all in what he would have done. Pretty standard spot, but we're going to be losing another $400 plus pot before our next interesting hand of note about 45 minutes later. We chipped up a bit, winning some small pots before we peel ace king of clubs on the button. The under the gun player has raised to $10. We put the 3-bet up to $35 and he makes the call. There's $70 in the middle and the dealer fans out ace 6 deuce rainbow. We have top pair, top kicker, no backdoor flush draw though. Under the gun checks it on over to us. I go for a small size of $20 and he sticks in the call. We see the bottom card pair with the deuce of clubs, and I see no reason to slow down. He checks on over to us. I bid out for $85, about 3/4 the size of the pot. Setting up for a river shove, he sticks in the call, $280 in there, and we see the 3 of club, brick of all bricks roll off on the river. I have about $240 left behind, so when he checks it on over to me, it's less than a pot size bet. I'm gonna rifle it on in there. No snap call is very good. Our opponent is going to hit the take for a long while, hoping we get paid here. But after nearly 2 minutes, he tells us he has ace 10 offsuit and throws it in the bin. Would have absolutely loved to get paid there, but unfortunately it's not to be. Good fold for my opponent. So starting to chip up and claw our way back, and we find another spot a few minutes later to pick up some chips when we're in the cutoff with pocket 10s. We've raised it up to $10. The aggressive Euro kid on our left has 3-bet the button up to 30. I've seen this film before. Last time I called out of position and the flop was 10 high. But I don't really want to call out of position this time because if the flop is 10 high, I'd like to get all the money in a little bit quicker. So I put in the 4-bet up to $85. I think ranges are going to be a little bit wide, and this kid is definitely coming after the table with some aggression. So I decide to respond with some aggression of my own. He nods his head, throws his cards into the muck. So we're picking up $30. But more importantly, we've evened the score. USA won, Europe won, although the dollar amounts aren't the same. So maybe it's Europe 593, USA 30. Kind of sounds like the Ryder Cup score, but either way, we win a pot with a big pocket pair. No better feeling than looking down at a big pair pre-flop, especially when that big pair is pocket aces 20 minutes later in the small blind. The hijack has raised it up to 10. He's been a very active young kid, throwing chips around. He's been stacked 3 times in the last hour just to be all in a few hands later. I'm salivating at the mouth to put in the 3-bet up to $50. I'm bracing myself for the 4-bet. Do I trap? Do I shove all in? But unfortunately, the hijack is just going to fold. Bit of a letdown there. Even more of a letdown is that about 15 minutes after that hand, we're gonna have to rack up to go catch our flight back to the Northeast. Unfortunately, not gonna be able to get unstuck today. It's been an eventful Vegas trip. Let's rack up and I'll see you guys in the outro. Kind of been a rocky start to the series, but don't worry, there's going to be some big sessions coming in the very near future. So hit that like, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on all the new episodes. Apologies for the content hiatus, had some stuff going on, which I'll let you guys know what that is in the next video, but gonna be putting some more hours into editing, hopefully getting some more consistent uploads. Other than that, good luck at the tables, and I'll see you in the next one.